Hello, welcome back to the channel. This is Mike here, and in this video I'm gonna just go over what I believe to be the best money-making method in the Forge. And so if you have a couple of minutes, just have a seat, maybe with your favorite drink on this New Year's Eve, and let's just talk about it. So I've saw a lot of videos on YouTube, right, by some top YouTubers covering the Forge Roblox, and they've been saying that, of course, this method, which I'm about to take you to right now, is arguably the best money-making method in the Forge Roblox. Mining these, and of course, occasionally taking care of these enemies here. And then, of course, after you mine enough of these for 10 minutes or so, you take it and then go all the way back to this guy right here. And then you go and wait, no, you don't take it back to this guy. You take it to Forge, and then you forge the ores that you get from the cave, sell it to this guy, and that's how you make your money. Now, they say that you could do this in 10 minutes, and then, of course, in every hour you're making around, 312K? I disagree with that, and real quick, I'm just going to share why I think that that's not really accurate. Because first of all, it takes, okay, so let's grant that you do take the 10 minutes and then you mine these pebbles here, right? After the 10 minutes, you then have to take a couple of minutes, because most people don't, or most players don't have the fast forge. Let me just see if I'm saying that correctly. I'm just going to go into shop, right? You would need the the fast forge, and then you would also need the forge anywhere, right? So that you can do it anywhere. And then to make it even faster, let's say you have a couple of things that you really don't need at all, you're not going to forge, you got to have the sell anywhere. Most people don't even have these three. So bottom line, they're going to have to take the footwork, walk all the way back here to this place, then forge, and then after they forge, take the materials, walk back to this guy, which takes time, and then sell all of those materials. those armors. So is it really all in 10 minutes? I don't think so, right? If we're being honest, that's going to take a lot more than 10 minutes, probably 15 to 20 minutes for the whole process, if we're being fast enough. And then within an hour, 312K, according to, what's his name again? According to, trying to get the YouTuber's name here. It's just not coming up for some reason. Give me 2 seconds. RFG, yes, because he's the one that covered it. Now, I think, okay, and sorry about the sharp transition there. I was speaking with somebody in my private server, which, by the way, you can become a part of just by adding me at the username you find in the description. But of course, where was I? Yeah, the method that was suggested takes time, right? And so if we're calculating everything, it's definitely something that you're definitely going to have to really consider, right? In terms of how much time are you going to be willing to spend to, gather the ores, bring it back to the shop or the place to forge, or the forge, if I said that right. I believe that's what that area is called. Anyway, bring it back there, forge the ores into armors, then take the armors to the guy, and then from the guy you finally get it sold to get the cash. That takes a lot of time, which I feel is not talked about with these methods. And so it's up for the person to actually, consider it and actually take a thought as to how much time is being used up by applying this method, where you can just simply, use this method that I'm about to show you. So let's just get straight into it, right? I mean, so we're already here at the peak. This is called the Summer's Edge. I have my prism pickaxe finally here, which, by the way, was a whole process to get, because the devs were flip-flopping on what should have been, I feel, a little smoother in how they communicated the updates, but they didn't. So I had to beg around for somebody to mine the iceberg. That was not really the best experience, but thankfully I had some people that were kind enough to do that for me, and that's how I got the prism pickaxe. Okay, so of course, moving on to this place, utilizing the method that I'm about to show you. Here, no mining is required. However, what is required is that you have a pretty decent weapon, so you would probably have to mine, utilize the spider's cave, which is in that direction over there. Utilize that cave to mine the boulders and the pebbles there for some, I would say, some fairly decent armor to be able to walk and survive, at least through this peak area. Now, once you have the weapon and the armor, my weapon's actually not that great, by the way. In fact, I'll just pull up the stats for you to see it. In equipments here, you can see that my weapon is 212 damage, okay, and then my armor, I recently got this. I got this as of today, in fact. Oh, sorry, no. I'm recording this in the early morning of New Year's Eve, so no, I did this yesterday as of this recording. But you can see that, yes, I have, 340 defense. I have, for the chest plate, 210 defense for the helmet. I gotta work on the helmet. And then you have 350 defense for the wolf leggings, just so that you get an idea of what I'm working with. So I wouldn't say that I'm the best prepared for this. I could still, of course, be defeated by the enemies here. But as you can see, let me just pull it back up again. You could see that when you go over to my weapon, that I have the drain edge. I have 2 drain edge ruins on the weapon. So that would allow me to survive a little longer against enemies in this area than I would have had I not had the ruins attached to the weapon. But that's pretty much what you would need for yourself. A few ruin edges, a decent weapon, and armor, like around what I have. But of course, that one I got after I got the prismatic pickaxe. The armor I had before, I already sold it, so I couldn't show you previously what I had. But that's relatively all you would need. Just something that you could at least survive a few hits from the enemies in this area, and that should be enough. Now, moving on to the actual method itself, you just go and take rounds fighting all of the enemies in this area, and then let me just move through the area as I explained that. You'd be moving through this area, defeating all the enemies here. Of course, you would run past this enemy here. Again, you need decent armor again to get through these areas, defeat all these enemies. Sometimes there'll be yetis in that section over there. Go through this area. You would go a good, a short way through this area. Then you come back, run through this area right here, defeat all the enemies here. And once you're done, you basically start it again. Start the wave again. Now that's the pathway. Now, you're probably wondering, this is probably going to take a lot longer than the previous method. Well, here's the thing. It's not really as long when you have other players. So you wouldn't do this on a private server unless you had really strong gear, like, weapons and armor. If you don't have that, I would not suggest doing this method. I would only suggest doing this method with people. So you go on a public server, any random public server, and just ask, if anybody's willing to, farm some essences in the peak. And then when you get like 3 or 4 people, you then start and go a few rounds. I would say spend about half an hour to 45 minutes of just going around and just slaying whatever enemies are available, right? Until I guess, the people that are with you decide to leave, or they have to do something, or they move on to something else, maybe the boss, or, probably getting their pickaxe or something. And at that point, you would then take the essences that you gathered from the rounds that you made around the peak, and then drop down to the forge and do some forging. Sorry, not some forging. Go down to the guy and sell all your essences. So that would be your superior, your greater, and your epic essences. Once you do that, then you should make anywhere from, I'd say, like $35,000 to $40,000. Excuse me. And I think that's pretty realistic. I think anywhere from 40 to, if you're quick enough, you can make anywhere from 40 to 80K in an hour. And of course, you probably wouldn't get like a large group of people to do the rounds all throughout every hour. So it might fluctuate each hour depending on how many people you get to go with you to do those rounds. But I feel like that's more realistic to making money. Like on average, you'd be making $40,000, and then you could times that by the amount of hours that you spend doing the essence farming at the peak to give you a more realistic total. And of course, that does not exclude, doing the quests or the kill enemy. Yes, the kill enemies quest from Santa, doing Bjorn's quest, doing Sensei Moro's quest, if there's any slaying of enemies. I don't think so. I think it's just mining. So just Bjorn's and Santa's quest would be enough. You tag their side quest along with essence farming, and you'd be getting a lot of money, a lot of essence to sell to make loads of money, right? And I feel like that's like the most realistic, best way to farm for money in the forge. I mean, I do it regularly every at least every other day. I wouldn't say every day, but I mean, as far as this updates, I've been doing it almost every day, and I would say that it's by far the best method instead of mining, because I don't have any. Again, at the beginning of the video, I've already listed the things I don't have. Just pull it up again. I don't have any of these things, so you can literally see, right, that I'm going to be doing what on average most players would be doing, and that's traveling back and forth and just doing the usual foraging, probably not getting all of them perfect, so the money may vary in that regard, and then I have to give it to this guy, sell it to this guy, so that I can actually get the money. When you could literally just go around, hack and slash, make money while you do it, because that's also another good thing about this method. You make a bit of money as you destroy the enemies. Just watch the amount that I have now, and then watch after I kill this enemy. You can see it increased. So you're getting money as you kill them, right? And these are just the regulars. I'm not trying to do the elites right now. But as you kill them, you're gaining money, and then when you sell the essence, you're also gaining money. And the best part is, even if you don't kill the enemy or lay the last hit, you still get the money, right? So you get the money, and then for a majority of the enemies that you fight, as you go and make your rounds with a group of people to clear the mobs, you're getting essence as well. So you're getting money in real time, and you're getting essence to sell. So it's a win-win, really, with this method. And that's why I think this is the best way to farm for money. No mining needed. You literally don't need to mine for it. You just need to, of course, get yourself up at the peak, have decent armor, have decent weapon, and just hack away. That's it. So I have more videos to come out, but I think I just wanted to put this video out in this way, just to give you guys a method to work with that's not as stressful. I mean, again, if you guys don't have anybody to do it with, or you're looking for somebody to do this method with and can't find anybody in the public servers willing to do it, you could always just add me. My username would be in the description, and yeah, you could just join the private server and hit me up. Got a group here willing to make the rounds and get you the money you need. You definitely don't have to stress about where you're going to get the money to get the Prism Axe and get this armor and get that. We work together here, so we'll make it happen for you. Anyways, I think that's pretty much this video. It's not well polished like a lot of YouTubers, but as a YouTuber starting out, I hope you understand, and if you found anything helpful about this video, just drop a like and subscribe. I would very much appreciate it. And again, Happy New Year's. Yeah, I wasn't supposed to do that. Nope. There we go.